Do you realize what's happening on the planet right now? People are starting to realize that something is going on. People realize that it's just not normal. This whole situation that's happening is pointing to something deeper, and it's not going to be happening in a way that's totally in alignment with what we think. You got to realize that what's happening in the planet is beyond our thoughts and our control. There's a huge shift happening, and I'm going to share with you in this video what 2021 is going to look like. I'm going to be sharing with you my predictions of 2021. Last year I recorded a 2020 predictions video and it seemed to be pretty accurate. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what to expect in the year of 2021. Now, it's not going to be specific, it's going to be general, but it's just a pointer to what may come. So this is going to be World Predictions 2021, Massive Awakening happening now. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell because I do post a new video every single day. Also, I do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months. So if you want more details on the program and if you want to be a part of the program, the link will be in the description box of the video for that. And enrollment is closing soon, so check that out if you do want to be a part of it. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, the link will be in the description box of the video as well. Did I say that twice? I don't know. I'm not going to re-record this video. So, what's the first thing that we can expect? The first thing that we can expect in 2021 is more people waking up to who they are. More people having spiritual awakenings. All right? People are just randomly having spiritual awakenings right now. Like, it's happening. Like, I've had people reach out to me that had nothing to do with spirituality, and then they just randomly had an awakening, seeing synchronicities. They realize the truth of who they are. Life is just falling apart for them because they realize they can't live in alignment with something. They can't be in alignment with something that's not in alignment with their hearts. Their reality is shifting very quickly, very quickly. It's gonna start happening to more people, okay? I said last year that what was gonna happen was it's gonna be small parts of the globe waking up, and it's going to start to expand. And look what happened. I said there's going to be something on the news, something's going to happen. I didn't know what it was, but I felt that something was coming intuitively. And then this whole situation happened on the planet where now people are locked up. And so what I want to share with you is that we're all confined in these spaces, and my intuition says that it's going to be like another push. Like, there's going to be another push from the universe to help more people wake up, right? It might not look so pretty on the outside, but internally more people are going to find peace within themselves. I think that, unfortunately, what my intuition tells me is that externally things are going to be a little bit rocky in 2021. It's not going to be all butterflies, but the most important thing is to be aligned with our heart's energy and connected to that frequency of abundance and focus, but also surrender. Being very focused, but also being in a surrendered state, tapping into your spiritual intuition. More people are going to start seeing what's happening within themselves. This is not an external realization. This is an internal awakening to who we truly are. And that can start to change things on the outside, because the moment you find peace within yourself, the outside can't be separated from that. And then all the things that are out of alignment with that peace start to rearrange themselves. This is why when you start to find peace within yourself, all the relationships that are no longer in alignment fall away. All the people that are not in alignment fall away. The jobs fall away. The things that aren't bringing you peace in your heart fall away. Now imagine that at a very collective level. That's what's happening. More people wake up to who they are internally. Externally, things start to fall apart a little bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, although it can seem a little bit rocky, can seem a little bit scary, but it's all part of the process of finding out who we truly are. We're not separate in this game. We are in this together, okay? But it's trying to come up in a way where it's making us think we're separate. But oftentimes, the more that we can connect to who we truly are and separate ourselves from people, the more that we realize we're really connected to them at a much deeper level. And so the second thing I want to share with you that might be coming up in 2021, again, not a definitive thing, but it's just a prediction, is that there's going to be a stronger heart connection with everybody. I think that once all of this starts to play out a little bit deeper, people are going to realize that we do really need each other and that we are in this together and that we need to work together because yes, we are spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. You've heard that before, but we're also humans. We also need each other to some degree. Okay? You didn't build your house. You don't cut your own hair. Maybe you do. Congrats if you do. You don't do everything by yourself. You could, but why would you? We can work together to transcend survival and thrive in this ecosystem, but it's not going to happen if we're not connected to our hearts. So what I also sense is deeper heart connections with everybody. Everyone's going to start to realize how important heart connections are. And I mean true heart connections, not the idea of being connected to somebody you think you should be connected to when really you don't even want to be with that person, even if it's family. Maybe you want to spend time alone. Maybe you want a true heart connection and maybe somebody in your blood family can't give you that. I'm not saying to cut them out of your life, but I'm saying maybe you realize you got to spend less time with people that aren't giving your heart what it wants and to own that fully. 2021 is about tapping into your heart and really embracing that at a deeper level. Because what's also happening in 2021, I believe, is there's more of a split happening. And you've heard this before. It's like, oh, there's a 3D to 5D split. But it's like you could literally be fully in your own frequency and there could be a whole other half of the world. Not to say that it has to be 50%, but it could be a whole nother piece of the world that's not following their hearts. So that's another thing that's happening in 2021. Just as much as the light is increasing on the planet, so is the dark, right? That's what creates this reality. So you might be connected to your heart, but a lot of people might not be. They could be completely lost in all the stuff that's happening, all the chaos that's probably going to unfold, which I predict it's going to get pretty rocky in 2021 and all the stuff. You thought 2020 was crazy? I don't know. I have an intuition that 2021 is going to be even more nuts. And we need to prepare ourselves energetically because that's the most important thing. The most important thing is not anything outside of you. It's the people you have in your life to some degree, which is outside of you, but it's about being aligned with your energy. It's your energy. It's your groundedness. That's 2021. 2021 is going to test humanity. Who can stay grounded and who's going to fall into fear? That's 2021. Who is going to be the shaman staying grounded in the storm? Who's going to have that shaman ability to ground their energy regardless of what's happening with their health or the people around them complaining or the world being in fear? And then who's going to fall into that fear? Who's going to stay grounded in their core frequency? Some people will, others won't. Both are okay. There's no judgments here. But there is preferable timelines. And those preferable timelines can be something you connect to if you get your energy on point. So I think 2021 is going to be a major test for humanity. Who can stay grounded? Who's going to fall into fear? I also think that politically, a lot of people are going to act up and fight for their freedoms. That's what I think. I don't want to touch upon this topic too much, but I think that a lot of people are going to fight for their freedoms, politically and even at a personal level. I mean this at all. This is not just about the people getting locked up right now in their houses. That's not what this is about. That's one piece of it, but the piece of this puzzle is when somebody crosses your boundaries, are you gonna speak up? Not in an egotistical way, but just in a way that's honoring your heart. It's not about fighting. It's just about like, okay, if somebody crosses your boundaries in whatever way, at a personal level or even at a collective level, the question is, are you going to speak up, not from a place of egotism, but from a place of self-love and just say like, that's not okay. Not from a space of anger, although anger does tend to come up when we don't feel heard. When we feel like we're not being listened to, anger does come up, and that's totally normal to some degree, at least at the current phase of development that we are at in humanity. Anger can come up when we don't feel like we're being heard. And it's not about being an egotistical asshole. It's about, are you gonna honor your heart's boundaries? If somebody crosses your boundaries, are you gonna say, that's not cool? In whatever way you need to say it. Whatever way that your heart needs to say it. That's all welcome here. Doesn't make you any less spiritual to speak your heart and whatever emotions come up in that moment. As long as you're fully being conscious and being connected with your heart, whatever needs to come out, whatever pattern needs to play out, will play out. But the question is, are you gonna stand up for your heart's values? Not in an egotistical way, but just in a loving way. What I sense in 2021 is more people are going to not allow their boundaries to be crossed. And I know you know what I mean. I'm not going to say it too specifically just for YouTube and all of that, but I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I mean, because you can apply this at a collective political level with all the stuff that's happening, but even at a personal level. Are you wearing things you don't want to wear? Right? Are you being challenged to do things you don't want to do? To act in ways you don't want to act, to act in ways where you feel like you have to do something. You don't have to do anything. It's whatever you want to do. That's what 2021's about. It's about you not doing things that you don't want to do and doing the things that you do want to do, not from a place of egotism, but just from a space of honoring your heart. Because if your heart's needs are not being honored, how can you show up in the world that's going to help others? The way you help the planet is by being at a high frequency. And if you're living somebody else's life and that's stopping you, the boundaries need to come up. You don't need to, that's a strong word, but you can be in a much more preferable reality, not only for you, but for others, if we honor what our heart wants. That's what I sense for 2021. I sense more people starting to honor their boundaries, honor what their heart wants, living the life that they really want. And I also sense a whole other group of people that do not honor their boundaries at all, and their boundaries are non-existent. The more you have people that create boundaries, the more you have people living a fake life where their heart's needs are completely not honored whatsoever. And there's no judgment with that. Is it good? Is it bad? Those are all just labels. But the question is, what reality do you want to tune into? What reality do you want to live in? Do you want to live in the reality where people cross your boundaries, where you're not living a life that is in alignment with your heart, a life where you're doing a career because your family wants you to do it, or a life where you can't act yourself because you feel like you have to play a role to get acceptance and approval from others? Or do you want to live a life where you can do what you want when you want to do it, honoring other people as well in the process of doing what you want? It's not about being a rebel or being egotistical or pretending that, we don't live in a structured society. It's not what it's about. This is not about being so self-loving that now others are not in the equation. No, the other is you. This is not about stepping up. And so when I say do what you want when you want to do it, this doesn't mean dishonoring the other. Doing what you want when you want to do it can be perfectly in alignment with honoring the other. In fact, the more you honor your heart, the more other people will honor their own hearts. And when everybody honors their own heart, you actually end up honoring other people's hearts as well, because you're being selfless. It's not just about you and what you want, it's also about what others want as well. It's about helping other people. Now that sounds contradictory to what we just said. So for instance, you just talked about what you want, not what other people want for you, but it's about when you step into your heart, you automatically help other people being in that frequency. And if other people are doing that too, that's the new earth. Everybody having their cup full, spreading love because their heart is honored. Not because you have to help somebody, but because you want to help somebody. That's the new earth. That's 2021. A lot of people helping the other because they want to, because their cup is so full that they want to spread that love. And there's going to be the other half of people that leech onto that energy, that don't understand honest energy exchange, but you're not going to be able to give those people the love because they aren't open to receiving love in an honest, energetic way. That's the split. That's the split. Some people are going to be in a reality where you have enough, they have enough, we give each other enough because we all have enough, right? You're not sacrificing your energy to give somebody energy. You're not sacrificing your peace to help somebody. It's going to be the other half of people that don't see it that way, that aren't in that reality, that leech off other people. I don't have enough. I need to do things to have my survival needs met. That's the reality that people are in. They're going to feel like they have to do things. They're going to feel like they have to have their boundaries crossed in order to get a certain result. They're going to feel like they need to do certain things, that their freedoms have to be compromised in order to make things good. But 2021 will test that. It'll test who's willing to be in their own energy. Okay, so that's what I sense. That's kind of general, so it's not specific, but how that manifests is going to be very unique. I don't know how it's going to manifest, but I do think that it's going to be rocky. I do think that there might be a round two, so to speak. That's honestly how I feel. I feel that there's going to be a round two. Politically, economically, energetically, maybe physically too, because it's not separate, it's all connected. Spiritually, there's going to be a round two. And the question is, what side of the reality do you want to be in? Do you want to be on the side of love, or do you want to be in the side of fear? Do you want to be grounded, or do you want, and ungrounded if you need to be, letting the ungroundedness happen within a space of groundedness? Or do you want to be controlled by things that you don't want to be controlled by? What reality do you want to live in? What reality do you choose? Because it's a choice. It is a choice. It might not seem like a choice when we're lost in the narrative of what we think we are, but it is. It is a choice. And if you're watching this video, it's definitely more of a choice for you than it is people that are lost in narrative, because it can seem like it's less of a choice when we're stuck in our thoughts. But if you're watching this video, it's a choice definitely for you, at the very least, if not a choice for everybody. So what reality do you want to be in? How do you want to live your life? Where do you want to be in 2021? How much peace do you want? How much energy do you want to have? Where do you want to be? That is the question. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Also, like I said, I do have a group program coming up in the next couple of months. So if you want more details on the program, and if you want to be a part of the program, the link will be in the description box of the video as well. Enrollment is closing soon, so if you do want to be a part of the program, hit the link and check it out. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.